Webb had been so good for you guys and has been. Just what did you see after 2 quick outs in the ninth?
Yeah, I mean, just baseball happened, and they had a hard double, bloop single, and a really dangerous hitter. Took a good swing, and that's why what he's done really. It just shows you how impressive it's been. It's unfortunate when you give up some runs that obviously results in a loss, but he's been so good, and the other side's trying to get you, and they got him today.
Yeah, just how valuable has he been over the last couple of months for you guys?
Well, I think I've regularly stated he's kind of held this whole thing together for most of the year, and he's been great. I mean, he's having a heck of a season. Today doesn't change that. It's going to be out there the next time there's an opportunity.
What did you think of your guys' approach against Anderson?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a little difficult because it's hard to see. Certainly hard to see for a little while. So it's a little hard to tell, honestly. But we had a good sixth inning. We took some really good swings. They made a defensive play that was obviously a big play. But I think we were kind of in the right place and prepared for him. He pitched very well. I mean, it was kind of similar to his first start here in the Milwaukee start. It's a home run the first pitch, and then he pitched very, very well. I'd be getting out of the jam in the fourth, or the fifth or the fourth was with just one run and bases loaded, nobody out, was some good pitching.
What do you make of your outing today?
Yeah, I mean, felt good. Felt like we had a good game plan going in, and felt like the execution was there. And Randy jumped on the first pitch, but felt like we were able to get right back to it, pound the zone, and the defense was awesome again. Miggy was great back there, and so yeah.
You mentioned pounding the zone. Pitch-wise, was there any pitch that you felt after that initial one that really helped you settle in today?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good about all the pitches. I think, being able to, honestly, to execute the sinker right after he hit one was probably one of the biggest things for me. Just that one kind of ran on me, stayed up a little bit, and then I was able to start kind of getting over the top and really driving it down. And so keeping the sinker a little lower in the zone. And so once I was able to do that, I felt like I had good command of all the pitches. And, yeah.
Tough day for Webb today, but just what has he meant to this bullpen, this pitching staff, and what he's been doing for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's been an unbelievable pitcher for us all year. He's been a huge piece. Been our closer when Danny's been down. And, I mean, he's been unbelievable. I think this might be, the first little bump in the road for him since I've been here. And so it's going to happen, but it doesn't take away from how good of a pitcher he is, how good he's been for this team, and how good and important he's going to be going forward.
We've talked about not really feeling like this team is ever out of it. A couple nights in a row with some, clutch home runs and coming back. What's it like to see Bregman especially, but this whole lineup be able to do what they do?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think as a pitching staff, we have full confidence in them to do that. Even though you go up against, the toughest pitchers in the world, and they continue to fight, continue to battle, and eventually find a way to break through. And we're able to do that again today. And so, it's fun to be on the pitching side when you have a lineup that's just not going to give the other pitchers a break. And they've put really good at-bats together, continue to put guys on base and try and get some action going. And so hats off to the offense for the work they put in.
As you have a lot of pitchers and pitching options, how have you rolled with it over the last several days and get some big outs out of the bullpen and this starting today?
Yeah, I think it's all part of it. When I got traded over, I knew that I was kind of filling a hole in rotation while guys are hurt, and eventually, hopefully, guys were going to come back and get healthy, and they did. And so, I think the other part of me coming over here was being able to help this team win in any way possible. And so, whether it was the other day or, later down the road, you're only going to have a certain amount of starters, and you're going to have other guys go out of the bullpen. And so, I think to continue to be able to have that experience to lean on for whatever situation comes, that's the main goal. My whole goal is to help this team win in any way possible, and whatever that role is, going to take the ball and be ready for the opportunity.
Say tonight, not Jacob Webb's night, but can you just describe what he's meant to this group and how good he's been all year?
Sorry, who are you talking about? Oh, like, he's been dominating, since early this season. We missed Valencia, and he took that role, and he was grinding out, competing every single time he's up there. He just had a bad luck today.
Can you take us through that last at bat with Rosarena? What did you guys like about the slider there against him, and just how tough is it with a hitter like that has such a wide zone that he can reach?
Sure, like, playing against him, throw trash. He's going to chase, but hung up that pitch, and he was ready for it.
What stood out to you about Peterson today and what he gave you guys?
He was dialed in. He gave up the homer from Rosarena at the beginning of the game, but then he executed every single pitch, dominate all through that when 6-7 inning he pitched, and he's been so good for us, and just proud of the work he's been doing.
You saw your reaction on the field when Rosarena took the home run away from you. Just how surprised were you that he got to that point?
For a second, I thought ball was gone. I thought he was joking, but he actually made a great play. I know those plays are not easy, and he made it.
Cade Anderson, their pitcher, big time prospect. What was your first impression of him through your at bats?
He got a pretty good stuff. The numbers are there. I know it was AA stats, but doesn't matter. Everyone has a bat, and he dominated the minors, and we put a good plan against him today. We put some runs on him, and we execute the plan.
You get 2 quick outs in the 9th. Can you just walk us through after that?
Yeah, just some poor execution on my part. Facing a good lineup, they put some good swings on the ball, and just kind of falls that way. Like I said, I just didn't execute today.
How were you trying to execute that?
To him, I was trying to honestly bury it, try and see if I can get a swing out of it, but just left it up a little bit.
When you've had the stretch you've had where you haven't allowed a run for 2 months, how do you let yourself process a night like tonight?
I'm human. You know what I mean? I've been blessed to go on that little stretch right there, but just kind of refocus and get back out there again.
Does it feel to know Craig's got all the confidence in the world in you, saying that next time there's an opportunity, it's you again?
Yeah, obviously it's awesome having the confidence from him. I have the confidence in my ability too, and I think today I just, like I said, I just didn't execute and I got beat.